Welcome back to Grant and Marissa. Today, we're exploring Munich and taking you on a walking tour through Marienplatz Christmas Market. Come along for the adventure.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
All right, we are in a little bit drizzly Munich
But
this morning.
It's 35 out.
It is very cold, but it's not snowing, unfortunately. We were kind of hoping it was going to be snowing this morning. But anyway, today is our main goal. Today is to go to the Christmas markets here in Munich. There's many of them, but the main one I think is at Marienplatz.
Yep.
And that is the main goal today. But we think we're going to go there a little later in the day.
When it's a little darker, so we get like more of the twinkly lights effect.
Yeah, but in our research, I think there are many Christmas markets around Munich. So we'll probably check those. We'll just wander around, see what we stumble upon, and find some of those today.
Yeah, there's like a dozen. When we say there's a lot, there's about a dozen sprinkled throughout the Munich metropolitan area.
Yeah, but I think so. Today is we're just gonna sort of just take it just a fairly loose plan with our end goal being Marienplatz Christmas markets.
Yeah.
But we're gonna go out, explore the city. Because I've been to Munich many times, and like I've been to Oktoberfest where we met, and we wandered a little bit. But and I've always just been to like Hofbrauhaus aside from that where we went last night.
When we met, like I think we were wandering around a bit, but basically making like googly eyes at each other. So
It's true. So yeah, I don't. But Marissa has been to Munich a lot before, so she has a bit more knowledge. So she'll probably be the one sort of remembering things.
Yeah, I remembered stuff yesterday, and Grant didn't believe me.
I was just like your memory is sketchy at the best of times. So
And right now, it's the worst of times. Other things we want to do. If you're new to this vlog, everywhere we go, I try and go to a yarn shop. So there's one near Marienplatz that looks quite nice. So we'll see if we can find that. And then also, what are we thinking for lunch?
One of our favorite German breweries is one called Augustiner, which we discovered at Oktoberfest. And that was like our favorite beer, where we had some of the best memories from Oktoberfest. Yeah. So we're going to, we do know they have like a beer hall like restaurant. So we'll probably check that out. But so yeah, we're in Munich. We're obviously going to stop for beer and food somewhere along the way. So anyway, we're gonna head out and start exploring. Yep. We had a little bit of a detour. we had to detour because we had to walk. We were gonna catch the train. We were being like good for once, and we were like, let's just instead of walking everywhere, let's get a train. We bought like a week. We didn't need a weekly pass, but we
bought one.
We bought one because it was cheaper than buying like day passes for like 2 days. So we bought it. We're like, it's a train, and then we get to the train station, and there was like police and fire department and everything.
And it showed like on the app that
they're all being canceled at that stop. So we're like, I guess we're walking. And it's slightly drizzling.
Yes.
But it's fine.
It's not that cold though.
Anyway.
It's nice.
Anyway, we're in the like Marienplatz area right now. Yeah. Behind us is like where the main Marienplatz is, and the Christmas market's there just opened. But we're gonna save it for a little bit later.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm out of the shot right now.
It's hard with the umbrellas.
I know.
But now we found just the side here. This is kind of like normally like a food market.
Yes.
That is being.
I think it's Paulette's Miller or something like that.
Although it's not the Victela market. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna just wander through here a little bit because they kind of Christmas up this area.
It becomes a Christmas market, but I think not for a few days.
Yeah, I think you said maybe tomorrow it starts.
Yeah, maybe. So.
It's a little meat market here.
It's just 10 a.m., so not everything's open.
Yeah, it's still a little early.
But if you come here in the summer, there's like tons of like produce stands and flowers and all that stuff, and it's not that it's not pretty now, but it's a lot more lively than at 10 a.m. on a Monday.
Bakery.
All the bakeries look
a lot
so
of
good.
bakeries, yeah.
They do love their bakeries. I will also say it was very slushy this morning.
Yeah, a little bit of ice on the ground.
Yeah. Lots of bratwurst stands. Grant, if we are where I think we are,
Yeah.
I think like around this corner, it might be the area where we got that pretzel.
No, that was in the English market.
Was that in the English Garden?
I think the English Gardens, I mean, yeah.
Okay.
I think that was English Gardens.
Okay.
You want to cut to the right here? Looks like there's more stuff over
Sure.
there.
I was kind of wandering that way because I'm pretty sure I have a picture of me sitting under a tree over here.
Oh, we can go there if you want.
Oh,
I was going to say there's a lot more going on over here.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, see, they've already started like all the Christmas scene.
Yeah, you can see they're like getting ready.
Yeah. It's going to be a crepe stand. Yeah, these are actual Christmas market stalls, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheese. Yeah.
You heck.
Oh, yeah, a lot of seating and stuff here. Yeah, this is all for the Christmas market.
People are going to get sloshed on glühwein. It's going to be amazing. Stolen.
Oh, yeah.
All of one's wreath making needs.
Whoa.
Yeah. I smell that cheese.
Yeah, it was very pungent.
It was very pungent.
Whoa.
Whoa, what is all that? Cheese.
All the olives.
Cheers.
Look at all the olives.
Oh, there's like the produce stand I was thinking of. Oh, look at all the like ornaments and stuff. Oh, they have magnets, Grant.
Ooh, yeah, we do need to get a magnet.
Oh my God.
5 year.
Grant. That would be so cute and perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the little.
Oh, little kitties and poppers.
Yeah.
Little teddy bear and his leader.
Heck. So cute.
Yeah, so this is always here, this market,
Yes.
huh? Yeah.
In some iteration, yes.
Yeah. Probably less Christmassy, but it's there is always a market.
Yeah, like I said.
every day, I think, too,
Every
right?
day,
Yeah.
and like I said, in the spring and summer, it's more like flowers and produce and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which they still have to an extent. Right now, it's more like stuff for like wreaths.
Yeah.
There's a cafe over there. Tea.
Yeah, this is cute.
Super cute.
Yeah, these cute little like outdoor areas fully
Yeah.
enclosed, so it's not freezing.
Yeah. It's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna have glühwein and stuff.
Have a break. Have a glühwein.
Oh, that smells really good. We've talked about this when we were in Norway, but I think now we get to see it like in action a little more of like Europe just does winter better.
Yeah, they don't all just stay inside. They're like, well, we'll still go out. We'll just figure out a way to make it
We'll just
more.
deal with the weather in a way that I think like the US doesn't.
Yeah.
I say that because I grew up in the north and like in winter you just don't. Like
Go
you go
anywhere.
skiing and stuff, but yeah, it's not like restaurants and stuff aren't really set up to do.
Yeah. You want some organic German mustard?
Kind of. I think you were joking, but if I could take some mustard home, that'd be pretty dope. Because you can't get good mustard in the US. I realize that's a very specific thing.
Yeah, we're gonna
This is super cute.
We're gonna keep wandering around. I think we're gonna save the main Marienplatz Christmas market until a little later
Yeah.
when it's a little darker out.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna just keep wandering around, see what we
See what we see?
find. Marissa found a little yarn store.
It was so stinking cute.
We didn't buy anything yet because it's only early in the morning. We didn't bring like our bigger day bags out, and it's kind of raining. So I was like, maybe come back a little later as we're going back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like a dirndl store,
Yeah.
like a fancy.
You can get
dirndl
your
store.
Bayern Munich licensed dirndl there.
So yeah, we'll come back and you can get some yarn later, right?
Yeah, they had a lot of cute things. It didn't seem too pricey. Yeah, it just very cute. And I could have lived in there, and Grant basically had to drag me out kicking and screaming. So.
The one time we didn't bring like our larger
Our
day
massive-
packs out.
Yeah. It just seems like if we're going to crowded markets later,
Yeah,
that would just be cumbersome.
agreed.
Yeah.
This looks like a big department store. Bruninger. Oh, here's some other market.
I told you, there's like so many markets.
The Christkindl Market.
Whoa.
Whoa. Oh, that's cool.
Wow. Here, look at
Pretzels and hot dogs. Oh yeah, this is open.
Oh, okay. Button.
It's cute.
This is so cute.
Yeah, this is just like a tiny little one in the middle of a.
Yeah.
So they're not there. They're obviously scattered around the city,
Yeah.
which is nice.
I don't know what they're making over there, but they've got giant like kettles. Not giant kettles, like cauldrons.
Yeah.
Little candies.
Yeah. This is cute.
I am obsessed. That guy was so ready to be interviewed. The guy at the
Yeah.
sausage stand.
Okay, we found an actual Haribo candy like store.
You can get your
just
favorite
Haribo.
gummy bear, like an entire bag of your favorite flavor or color.
What? Oh, yeah. Like if you just want like red
Yeah.
gummy bears
Yep.
or orange, that's pretty smart actually.
Yeah, those were like the little packets they would put on the pillows.
Yeah.
Off camera, I was just saying that when I stayed in Germany on my study abroad, the hotel we stayed at put little packets of the Haribo gummies on your pillow at night instead of like pillow mints or whatever.
Yeah. These are like little elf, like little
that's
elves or
cute.
something for Christmas.
Oh, these ones are like on sleds. This is so stinking cute.
I didn't know that there was an entire Haribo store in Munich.
Grant almost lost his mind.
Just don't get the sugar-free ones. No. Do you know that?
Yes, I know that.
I'm not gonna explain it, but just like look it up if you're curious. Grinch.
Fruit Mania. You can get straws, like the sour straws.
Fruit Mania. Jelly beans. I don't think I've ever seen anything not just like gummy bears.
Smurfs.
Yeah. Oh, there's like an advent calendar.
I don't think you need a gummy bear advent calendar. I don't think that would fit in the suitcase.
Like Harry Potter stuff. Oh, then you can do your own like.
Pick your own.
Oh, is this like clothing?
Yeah, there's like a jumper, a Haribo jumper, and a beanie.
Goodbye, just like a candy jar as well.
Oh, like little cards.
Okay. We did actually buy something, but it is too rainy to get out. Things are in the back. So we'll show it later at the end of the vlog, maybe, when we're in the hotel room. We found a very niche Haribo gummy bear, and I got an extra souvenir, and you got something too. So we'll show it later. But we are up here in Odeonsplatz, and we wanted to just quickly share this always happens when we're in Europe, and I think it happens to just about everyone, right?
I think it's one of those things, especially if you're American and you haven't traveled abroad a whole bunch, to keep in mind, like, there are old-ass buildings all over Europe, and there's a good chance that 50% of them will be covered in scaffolding.
That they're going to look like this. Yep. And all completely scaffolding. This is a very famous building, and it's under scaffolding. Oh,
Yep.
well.
Yeah. So,
But we were actually just looking at this. I realized we should probably share it with everyone. There's also this cool come through here. This awesome nice little garden sort of area. We actually thought there might have been some Christmas markets up here, but there isn't.
it's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about where the Christmas markets were before, like, we actually looked at a map, I imagined Odeonsplatz was going to have
that's
Christmas
a big open
markets
area.
because it's a giant open area. It's mostly pedestrian.
Yeah.
And it kind of seems a little weird that they don't. But when we were originally talking about it and I didn't remember the names of things, I was like, oh, that's where it's going to be. And it's in fact not.
Yeah. But, oh well. But now we're just going to head down, like sort of down here. We're going to make our way over to Augustiner Keller, which is the Augustiner beer hall restaurants. So we're going to get like a beer and have some lunch and stuff. So it's because it's just about that time now. So.
Yep.
Okay, we've made it to Augustiner Keller. This place is like super cute. It's
so cozy.
Yeah, it's a really cozy. We have of course got a full mass of their Augustiner.
A classic.
Yeah, this is probably our favorite beer of all time that we discovered at Oktoberfest. Yeah. So yeah, it's. Hit the spot. Is it as good as you remember?
It might be, yeah. I was really worried we had like beer goggles on and that we were going to sit down and it wasn't going to be as good as we remembered. But it is nice and quiet in here. There's no music. It's so unbelievably cozy and like Christmas themed to the point that there are
see up here
Christmas curtains with reindeer on them and matching throw pillows.
There is a whole massive area. You can see the outside here, but there's a whole massive. So I think when the weather is nice in summer,
it is.
They've got like a whole beer garden and stuff as well.
Yeah, so you can see how this place is like amazing in any season.
Yeah.
But like at this time of year, it's just so gorgeous in here. Like this is, if you want a cozy experience.
Yeah.
This is it. It's
I'm gonna try and look. Yeah, that's good. Like it's obviously like all the German sort of beers like this are not drastically different because they have to be somewhat because of the purity law and stuff. But it's like no, but this hits.
It's the best. I don't know how they do it, but
I'd say
it's
the best.
Yeah.
And we both ordered schnitzel for lunch, so we'll see how it is. So our food came out. It's like it is a different kind of schnitzel. It's not like the breaded kind of type you normally get. It's just like a thin cut piece of pork. Really good. The standout of these like potato things, it's hard to say because I've like kind of, it's layered, almost like a gratin, like kind of mixed with a dumpling.
Mixed with a mashed potato.
Mixed with a mashed potato. It's supposed to be like the best potato I've ever had.
And the gravy is like so rich and flavorful.
Yeah, it's a beer gravy.
Beer gravy.
It's so good. This was like a lunch portion. It was only like €10 or something.
$9.90, yeah.
$9.90, yeah. The beer, the liter of beer was more expensive, I think.
The liter of beer. Yeah.
But no, this place.
10 out of 10.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, we've finished at Augustiner Keller. That was, whew.
If you are coming to Munich and you have 24 hours,
Go there.
Skip Hofbrauhaus. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go to Augustiner. It's a little bit out of your way as a tourist. 10 out of 10, totally worth it.
It's not like rowdy like Hofbrauhaus is, like with like music playing and tons of people. But if you want like the best beer, the best food, I think Augustiner is like the clear winner.
It's the difference between a sort of Disneyland Bavarian experience, which would be Hofbrauhaus, versus a more authentic, I think, experience, which would be Augustiner.
So we can't even really explain why Augustiner beer. We knew this when we went to Oktoberfest. We tried it. We're like, this is the best beer of the bunch.
It is the locals' favorite.
Yeah, and we've looked it up, and it's definitely like Munich locals prefer Augustiner. And we think we read that it was the only remaining like still
independently owned brewery. It was originally started by monks in the 12th century or something absurd, like 1358.
It says 13. It was the 1300s that the monks that was on their logo. It said like 1328 or something.
In the 1800s, it was sold to a family that still owns it to this day. So it's the last of the independently owned Munich breweries.
Yeah.
Which is very cool, but is the locals' favorite. It was so cozy in there. The food was great. The beer was fantastic, but it was just so cozy.
Yeah, it's definitely like you go in there and you like have to be seated somewhere too. It's not like a pick your spot like it was in
It might be
House.
sometimes, but for lunch on a Monday on a rainy day,
it was deserted in there at the beginning, and then like a whole bunch of like I think work people came in or something.
It was clearly all people coming in on their work lunch, which is lovely.
But it was nice because they had like a special lunch menu. That's what we ordered off. So we got this like schnitzel. Like at first we were kind of like, oh, it's not the schnitzel we thought. Like, we thought it was going to be a traditional like Wiener Schnitzel with like breading and stuff, but it wasn't. At first we were like, oh, but then we tasted it and was like, oh, this is
very good. And the
super
potato, I think Grant fell in love a little bit.
That's like the best potato I've ever had in my life. Like it was so good.
I'm offended because I make a really good
You do make a good mashed potato. You haven't not like if you can recreate that like that.
I don't know how I would even start.
I don't know. It's made.
It was layered. It was a little crispy on the outside.
Creamy on the inside.
Yeah, I don't know what they did, but 10 out of 10 if you're coming to Munich and you have a limited amount. If you have any amount of time, but especially if you have a limited amount of time like we do, prioritize it.
So this of note where it is in Munich. It's not. It's almost 30 minutes from Marienplatz, like that main area, but it's only about 5-minute walk from Munich Central train station. So it's in that kind of area. So it's a little outside the main touristy area of Marienplatz. It's in a very
business area.
So like you do have to sort of, you're not going to stumble upon it if you're just in Marienplatz area.
Make a plan and prioritize it, but it's worth it.
It's in its own little like complex. Like there's a whole beer garden outside for when the weather's nice.
Yeah, if you came here and the weather was nice, it would be even better, I imagine, because they had so much outside space.
Definitely worth it. That lived up to the hype. Like the beer itself lived up to our memory of it being our favorite beer.
We might try and go again, depending on timing.
Yeah. But anyway, we're back at the hotel now. We're just going to take a quick nap because we're going to go out. Again, once it gets dark, we're going to go to the Marienplatz Christmas Market. Yeah. So we saw the edge of it as we were walking to Augustiner, and we're like, oh, this looks really nice, but we're not going to spoil ourselves.
Yeah, because it's massive and it looks incredible. But we did get some souvenirs earlier, and we thought we'd show what they are.
So you saw us go into the Haribo store earlier, which was a very unexpected little encounter.
Side quest.
Yeah, but we did buy some stuff that was like very we tried to find things that were uniquely at this store.
Yeah.
So like the first thing I got myself a little keychain, and if you watch any of the vlogs, you'll know that I love orange. So I got a little orange Haribo gummy bear keychains. I'm gonna put it on my little Fjellraven side bag.
I'm gonna go next because mine are less weird than yours. I got a winter Wichtel Blonde. I think it's a winter. It's little elves.
Yeah.
And it's fruit punch flavored, I think. So little elves, they're super cute. I'm excited about these.
And mine, I think
it's the most niche thing
you could find in this store, and it's weirdly specific to me too, because like one of my favorite bits from like as a teenager was the band Linkin Park.
Both of us.
And you like Linkin Park too.
Peak millennial. I can't tell you.
Weirdly, they have Linkin Park Haribo. They've got, look at this little like rocker Haribo with his Linkin Park shirt and a guitar. And then each like gummy is like the logo, like Linkin Park logo.
And then like one for each member of the band.
There was no other bands. It was just Linkin Park had their own Haribo. And we're like, this is the most unique, bizarre thing we could ever have imagined from a Haribo. Thing.
I feel very conflicted about this because it is for their 2025 world tour, and I think for us as
we're more like
peak millennials, Chester Bennington's death was like hit both of us really hard.
We're not as much like modern Linkin Park because they're almost like a cover band now than they are like the actual band.
They replaced Chester, which I feel really conflicted about, and these are for the 2025 world tour. Yeah. But I think we're still going to eat them, and they're still going to be delicious.
It was just such a bizarre thing. It's like you have to, if you find a Haribo store in Munich, you got to get the weirdest possible version.
And that was the weirdest possible thing we could find, which is very specific to our millennial souls.
Yep. Yeah. So But no, definitely go to the Haribo store. It
was very fun.
It's like bigger than I thought it would be. It's not like massive, but it's like there's a lot of options. You can do your own like pick and mix like
you
stuff.
can if there's like one flavor of gummy bear and you're like, this is the flavor I'm obsessed with, and I don't
get it.
You can get a bag of just that color.
Orange Haribo gummy bears. Yeah. You can get an entire bag full of it.
Which made me think. I used to work with somebody. We didn't have Haribo, but we had like another, like fruit snacks or like another gummy snack. And he didn't like the yellow ones, and instead of just leaving them in the packet like a normal human being, he would just throw them over his shoulder, so once in a while I would get pelted by like a yellow gummy bear. Startup life. Good times.
Anyway, we're going to take a quick nap, and then we're going to go head back to Marienplatz Christmas Markets and explore there. Yeah. So we got out of the train platform at the train station in Marienplatz, expecting to be right in the middle of the Christmas market, because that's where we saw there was an exit. We got out of the wrong exit, and now we're lost. So Marissa is Google Mapsing to figure out where we were, because we're in like just some alley.
No, I go this way.
Back. Oh, this way? Okay. So we're figuring out how to get there.
Sometimes you just make wrong choices.
Some of the train stations are so large that you just go out the wrong side and you're...
But that one didn't have very clear signage. It made it seem like there was one exit.
Yeah.
And that was the exit. And then the other way was to change trains.
Right.
To the U-Bahn. So.
Right.
I'm going to say this one wasn't our fault.
Okay.
We made it.
We've made it. We took a turn and we found where we were meant to be. This is
very busy.
This is right in Marienplatz. Massive Christmas. It's over the entire thing, which is
entire area. It's massive.
All right.
What are we doing? Where are we going?
I guess we just start.
Okay.
Walking around.
Start Christmas marketing.
Mm-hmm. All the decorations.
Yep. Snow globes. Pine cones. Heckin' elves.
So yeah, this is like the first day, right, of the Christmas market.
Yeah, it opened this morning.
Yeah. A bratwurst sandwich. Could be good.
There's gonna be some sort of performance.
Yeah. The crepes over there.
Okay, in case it's not clear, we're really here for the food.
Yeah. Go down here.
Yeah, let's go down here. Do this in a methodical manner.
Cookies and stuff.
Sweets.
Oh, they probably have some good gingerbread in here.
Yes. Probably lots of good Stollen too.
Yeah.
More Glühwein.
Some Glühwein.
The lines are already forming.
Yeah.
I feel like for like locals, there's also probably a thing of like, this is my stand for like my Glühwein.
Right.
It is the best one. I will fight anyone who disagrees with me.
So many decorations.
Yeah. Oh, the little mice are cute. Here's your gingerbread, sweetie.
Oh, yeah. It's like a fruit bread.
Yep.
Some sort of fruit bread. Look at these. Chocolate coated.
Something.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
really good.
Oh my God, it is massive. It just like keeps going.
It keeps going, yeah.
It's bigger than I thought it would be.
Because it goes off towards the edges too.
Yeah.
Like down there, that's where that crane is. That's that little one we saw earlier too. Which that little one looks pretty good too.
Yeah, this is way bigger than I thought.
Oh wow, it goes like all the way down there.
It's way bigger than I thought it would be.
You can see how much bigger it is in the nighttime with all the lights.
With all the twinkly lights, yeah.
Without
No, this is way
lights.
better at night.
Oh, they are the big.
It's not even really night yet. Look at the pretzels.
Yeah.
The hats and the slippers and stuff.
There's actually more like knickknacks and decorations than food right now.
Yeah.
Funnily enough.
Oh, Disney has a stand. Oh, there's like soaps and stuff.
This Glühwein one looks pretty legit.
What?
This is another Glühwein.
That looks pretty legit.
Yeah.
Also, I got body checked by a woman half my size.
What do you think?
You want to go for it?
You want to go for it yet, or do you want to kind of do a finish off going down here?
No, I kind of want to go for it.
All right. Yeah.
I'm scared.
Glühwein time.
Yeah. Glühwein acquired, which is mulled wine.
Yeah.
This stand had these cute little mugs,
Yeah.
and it was, I think, €20
It
for.
was 20 euros total for two. So I think it's essentially 10 euros each, but 5 of that each is the mug.
Yeah, and so if you bring the mug back, you get €5. You get €10 back, or you keep the mug.
Yeah, I think we might keep the mug in this instance as like a souvenir. So you got the red mulled wine.
Oh my God, it's so good.
Good.
It's really good. Woo! Yeah, that'll keep you warm all winter. Very hot,
Strong.
very spiced, very strong.
All right, and
I didn't know this was a thing.
what? Oh yeah, I got the white mulled wine.
Yeah.
So like, I normally had the red one, but I'm more of a white wine person, so we'll see
Yeah.
what this one is.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's really nice. It's not like as spicy.
I
I haven't
like the
tried your
spice.
one, but I feel like it's a little smoother almost.
Okay. But it's just like nice to see everybody huddled around with their little mugs.
Yeah, they have these cute little.
Can I try yours?
Little tables and stuff. Yeah. See what you prefer.
Oh, mine's better.
Yeah.
I see why you like that. I like mine better.
Can I try your red?
No.
All right, I'll try the red. Yeah. Honestly, I do think I probably prefer that, but I'm glad I tried
Yeah.
the white.
It's one of those things where if you had tried it on like the last day and preferred it, you would have been like, oh.
Yeah, I want to make sure like right now that I know if it's like my kind of thing or not.
And this place had about 8 different options.
Yeah, it's really cute.
They had a rosé, they had white wine, they had red wine, they have eggnog. They have so many, and they did have menus in English. You just had to like go up to the counter
you
and
can actually
look
pay
at
with
it.
credit card here too, which is
And
kind
you
of
can
nice.
use credit card on it, and it's been lovely. So, dinner acquired.
It got crazy busy.
So, because it's opening night, I think they did a bunch of speeches near the Glockenspiel, and everybody, like probably a couple hundred people, just stopped moving in a giant cluster that took up half a Christmas market, which honestly got a little frustrating because you couldn't move.
Yeah.
But we were able to make our way to a stall we saw in the beginning of the evening.
Yeah.
And get some food. So I got an ox grill, which like described as a burger. It's basically a shaved beef sandwich
Yeah.
with lettuce, tomato, and some kind of sauce on a toasted bun, and it's really good. It's hitting
It
the
does look
spot.
good.
Not super traditional Bavarian, but still delicious, still good.
Yeah. And then
What'd you get, Grant?
I got a bratwurst Sammy. So
Oh yeah, that looks really good.
this is like the cheesy red
Yeah.
bratwurst. They had also like a pork one.
Yeah.
I had something for this that just seemed like good. We needed something more substantial. I think probably get something sweet after this.
Yeah, I was really surprised because at the stall where we got this, we could have gotten Augustine or Helles, and Grant was like, we're not getting glass bottles, Marissa. So I blame Grant. Good?
It was good sausage, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice little toasted bun. All right, we're gonna eat.
Yeah. And then we'll get back to it. Yeah. Okay, so as usual, Grant got something sweet.
Yeah, I got some sort of salted caramel, like chocolate cookie thing.
With peanuts on it.
Look at it. This is the tree.
I can't even with my there we go.
So yeah, I'm gonna try mine. Marissa got some stuff too, but I don't think she's ready to.
I'm not ready yet.
So it's got kind of like a base, and then it's just coated over the top. Ooh. Interesting.
Good interesting or Midwest interesting?
I don't know.
Okay. Interesting.
It's all right. You can see kind of like.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is I think my.
Okay, that's fair.
Well, it's nice. I can't pinpoint what it is though.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very sweet.
Okay. I got a orange chocolate one, which looked nice, and that's a combination I like, but I don't feel like something sweet right now, so I'm saving it for later. And there are also these cute little pastries that I also don't know what they are, but they also looked cute, and they were in a little baggie, and I thought it'd be a nice snack to the train. Back to you.
No, this is actually pretty good. As I said, it's kind of like a cookie, but then there's like a base on it with the chocolate over the top.
Okay. Solid.
Not the best thing I've ever had, but it's
Not
decent.
the worst.
Yeah.
Okay. That's Grant with the sweets. We made it back.
It was a little crazy tonight. We got everything we wanted to do there, but it was a little too busy at the end for us to continue just like wandering around. It was raining quite a lot heavier, so like it was getting, with all the people like in the umbrellas and stuff, it was getting a little much. So we were kind of like,
Just know if you go on the first night, like there's going to be a bunch of speeches. I think there's a band playing every night, but there was a bunch of speeches. There was a band playing. People wanted to take photos of the Glockenspiel Tower, and I think it was broken.
That was the worst. Everyone just like stops in the middle of the Christmas market with their umbrellas and just like looks up at the tower. And
they were doing that for the speeches as well. So right in the middle of all the stuff where you want to go, it was just clumps of people, and especially since it was raining, people had umbrellas out. You physically could not get through. You just couldn't
go through. Like at one point where we wanted to get the bratwurst and the sandwich, like we just had to kind of push
physically
through.
Couldn't get there at one point, and then later it broke up a tiny bit. We were able to get
I assume this is a first night problem.
Yeah.
Right. But no, it lived up to sort of, I think, what we thought.
It was still, even with all that, it was still beautiful. It was still magical. Like there was a spirit in the air.
Yeah, it was nice. Really nice. It was cute, and like it was cozy. Like even though it was raining, it was still like nice, and like everyone getting their glühwein and crowding around with their like little warm drinks, and like, it was really cute. But
I'm excited to continue to experience this phenomenon, which our town could do so well. Our town is perfect for this, and I don't know why we don't do it.
Christmas markets should be a thing. Yeah, outside of like in the U.S. it would be.
I think there are some places that do it, but like not like this. Anyways,
but anyway,
it's a whole other McGill.
We have a whole other day here tomorrow, a full day here tomorrow. Like we're staying, and then the next day we're leaving. So we'll have a whole other day in Munich, exploring around, which will be fun. We'll see what we get up to tomorrow. But make sure you're subscribed so you can see that and our other future German Christmas markets from Stuttgart and its neighboring towns and Frankfurt. So we're going to go through all of the Christmas markets. So thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.